Microsoft's Edge browser can edit images directly from a web page now. This software unboxing shows some of its features. I found an image in Flickr that has editing licensed for it, Creative Commons, and so I'll explain with it some of the things you can do with the editor. Since the web page blocks mouse events on the image, the way to edit a Flickr image is to go down to the bottom right, select download this photo, and then view all sizes. You can pick any of the sizes that you want to edit, and I'll just leave it at the default. One way to open the editor is to right-click on the image and select Edit Image. The other way is to mouse over the visual search button in the upper right of the image and then move down to Settings. Click on that and select Edit Image. When Edit comes up, there's 4 areas you can work on: Crop, Adjustment, Filter, and Markup. And so initially you're at the Crop option. The editor lets you rotate images by 90 degrees either way. You can flip the image horizontally or vertically. The free button in the middle lets you pick the aspect ratio of what you want to end up with. So if I want a 4:3 aspect ratio, if I click here and then done, the image will be restricted to a 4:3 aspect ratio. The controls at the edges and corners let you change the size of the image. The bottom of the image shows the size that you've selected with your cropping, and the upper part of the image reminds you what the aspect ratio you're looking at is. You can rotate the image precisely with this control, and holding the mouse over the image lets you select different parts of it. The adjustment section of the image lets you adjust basic editing properties. Brightness and exposure are available. You can also adjust the contrast or highlights, make them brighter or darker. Shadows you can lighten or darken. The vignette option lets you create a vignette effect by darkening the corners, or if you go in the opposite direction, lightening the corners. I've just hit page down to see more of the options. Saturation sets the brilliance of the colors in the image. Warmth changes from a reddish warm color to a bluish cool color. Tint adjusts the red-green balance of the image. You can zoom in to symmetrically crop the image. Although the image will appear larger in the edit window, this will not magnify the results that you get. It just fits the cropped image to fill the window. The filter group lets you pick different filters to apply to the image. Once I pick golden, you'll see that each filter allows you to adjust the intensity of the filter. One thing that's interesting is when you choose a black and white filter and then go to adjustment, the warmth and tint have an effect on the image even though it's nominally black and white. The last option is Markup, which lets you draw on the image. You have 2 pens, a highlighter, eraser, and an erase all option. So if you click on the pen to select it, you can change its color or the size of the pen, or you can have it place an arrow at the end of the motion. So with my mouse, I can draw a line, and if I click on the pen again, I can change the color. The black pen is just like the other that you can adjust its properties. The highlighter is different than the pens because it's translucent, as you can see as I highlight this edge. One property of the pens is that they're pressure sensitive. So if your tablet has a pressure sensitive setting, you can use that to vary how thick the line you're drawing. The erase button erases one stroke at a time, and there's also undo and redo to let you undo or redo all of your work. The erase all erases all of the marks you've drawn. Once you have the image the way you want it, you can save it or copy it to the clipboard. When you save it, it goes into your downloads folder. You can save the same image multiple times with different adjustments if you'd like. Some critiques of the tool include one that once you've made your edits, you can't come back to them and change them later. Once you save it, you have to use other tools to edit the image further. Sometimes when I try to open an image, the editor gets stuck. I have had to close the image editor and reopen it again to be able to access the image. Although the filters do give you some control, they're a little limited, and applying multiple filters isn't possible, which reduces some flexibility. Also, all of the settings are global so that you can't edit some part of an image one way and other parts differently.